The information revealed in the first day of the public impeachment hearings could lead a rational news show to discuss what this means for the impeachment effort. Does it increase the risk to Donald Trump of being impeached? Or alternatively, it could lead to this.
Well, there's no doubt that George Soros controls a very large part of the career foreign service of the United States State Department. He also controls the activities of FBI agents overseas who work for NGOs, work with NGOs. That was very evident in Ukraine. And Kent was part of that. He was a very big protector of Soros. His testimony today showed this kind of stern, sort of discomfort with not being included in certain discussions. But the truth is, George Soros had a daily opportunity to tell the State Department through Victoria Nuland what to do in Ukraine. And he ran it, Soros ran it. He corrupted FBI officials, he corrupted foreign service officers, and the bottom line is this: George Soros wants to run Ukraine, and he's doing everything he can to use every lever of the United States government to make that happen, for business interests, not for good government business.
So they've found the corruption in Ukraine. And by the way, that message brought to you by the network that was incensed with Ilhan Omar for her anti-Semitism, spreading these conspiracy theories about George Soros. And by the way, there's that segment, obviously. That wasn't Lou Dobbs talking, to be fair. But in the past, just a couple of months ago, Lou Dobbs warned about George Soros's financial tentacles spreading across the world, which is like both anti-Semitic and also sort of James Bondian a little bit.
Yes.
And also Fox Business Network had to condemn statements made by a guest on Lou Dobbs' show after he suggested the migrant caravan headed from Central American countries to the US was funded by billionaire liberal philanthropist George Soros, who is Jewish, which is, by the way, what the terrorist who shot up the Tree of Life synagogue believed was going on. Lou Dobbs brought on a guest to spread that conspiracy theory because one shooting like that apparently wasn't enough.
I mean, you know, the other point about this though is that crazy guy is a former, I believe, US attorney saying that, right?
Yeah.
And this is
crazy.
really, this is so important. I mean, there was a case of a anti-police brutality activist, Black Lives Matter activist, getting under legal pressure and threat. I believe he was imprisoned, due in part to an Alex Jones report that law enforcement officials watched. So this again is the other challenge of this time. It's, you get these insane conspiracy theories spread by these people, but then the answer can't just be, you know, we have to trust these institutions, because these institutions have, I mean, first of all, some very reactionary histories. If you look at things like COINTELPRO, and you have people like, I mean, Rudy Giuliani was the mayor of New York City.
I know.
And by the way, nothing he says or does should surprise anybody. If you looked at what he was doing as mayor, his policies on race, policing, this is who he is, and it shouldn't surprise anybody. The last thing I'll say is I think it's a good, you know, this is a good pitch for a socialist view of the world, because you can understand how finance and money works without turning it into a deranged fever dream about George Soros.
That is true. And yeah, just a reminder for if you're like me and you don't watch these networks, I get them generally from Media Matters or something like that. That wasn't on Fox News. That clip was Fox Business. I love to get my business news while finding out about like Jewish billionaires with tentacles around the world.
Well, you
and
got
lots
to
of
see
stuff
what
about
you
God
might, opportunities for Ukraine.
Exactly.
I mean, as an example, I could tell you the year of the caravan was, I don't know if it affected you guys, it was bad for me. I requested from Mr. Soros some expansion money, and he said it was all locked up in the caravan.
Yeah.
So, you know, you do need to know what's happening.
We've had people say that TYT is like owned. Do you think George Soros knows who I am? I seriously doubt it. Thank you for watching this clip from the Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.